Big Dreamers. Have your parents or teachers ever told you practice makes perfect? Well, after this episode, next time you're told that, you can say you are wrong. Politely, of course. And after listening to this episode, you'll be able to exclaim why they're wrong too. You ready for an episode that won't be perfect, but will hopefully be outstanding? It's time to dream big.
Welcome to the Dream Big podcast show. We're inspiring you to shoot for the moon, take aim and go. We bring to you amazing guests who truly love what they do. Every day they're living their dreams, and so can you. Dream big, take action to reach your goals. Are you pumped yet? It's showtime, let's rock and roll.
Welcome to the Dream Big podcast show. I am your host, Eva Cartman. And today, I'm going to share why the saying, practice makes perfect, while it may have good intentions, is dead wrong. And why you should instead live by the mantra, practice makes progress. But first, I'm going to turn it over to my mom for a quick word from the sponsor of this episode.
And now I'd like to take a quick moment to acknowledge our friends of the podcast who recently helped spread the love about our show. Confessions of an Adoptive Parent is the place where Mike and Kristen Berry help weary adoptive and foster parents find the support and validation they need to regain hope and finally stop feeling alone. Mike and Kristen are raising 8 amazing children, all of whom have been adopted. They have also served as foster parents for 8 years. This blog shares their unfiltered and honest journey. Thank you so much, Mike and Kristen, for the very kind article you wrote about Dream Big Podcast, which you can find at dreambigpodcast.com/62. And I'm sure you will love exploring their website as well. The sponsor of today's episode is datevitation.com, where you can create custom love coupon book full of fun activities to do with the ones you love. You probably made these love coupons before by hand for your spouse or mom or kids, but now Datevitation makes it super easy. You can make a book right now online and it will be shipped to you shortly. And the illustrations are adorable. We love the selection of over 500 plus activity ideas. And Datevitation has great options for books for kids to give to their parents, for parents to their kids, and of course, those romantic ones for grown-ups to each other. They even have an option to upload your photos and you can add your face to their fun stick figure characters. It's so much fun. Eva and I love Datevitation, and she even made me a Datevitation book for my birthday last year and was my favorite gift by far. We had such a blast doing the activities in the book together and creating lifelong memories. She's so funny. She actually said, "Mom, now we have these dates. Let's put them on the calendar and let's do them." She's a doer, as you know, right? So for our Dream Big community, Datevitation is offering custom Datevitation books starting at just $15, including free shipping. Yep, free shipping, guys. That's $15 for completely custom gift, including shipping. You get to pick the cover of your choice, 5 date activities, and you can even add your photos to the illustrations. If you would like to add more than 5 pages, you can do that for just $1 each. Just use the code DREAMBIG at checkout to take advantage of this amazing deal for limited time only. If you forget any of this, just go to dreambigpodcast.com/62 and we'll have links to Datevitation site and the promo code. Thank you, Datevitation, for supporting the Dream Big podcast and providing so much value to our community.
Thanks, Mom! And let me start by saying that, of course, it is great to have high standards and always do your best. With every episode that we work on for the Dream Big podcast, we always aim to put out an outstanding episode that will help all you big dreamers out there. But we do not aim for perfection because perfection is an impossible standard. You'll never be perfect. There's always room for improvement. And that is what makes life exciting. Think about it. If you could be perfect, then there would be no room to grow. Even the most successful people in the world, like Michael Phelps, The 23-time Olympic gold medalists are always trying to get even better. He has broken world records many times over, but he keeps on getting back in the pool and training and coming back for more Olympics to continue to see if he can reach even greater heights. And here's another important question to consider. Do you think Michael Phelps was a perfect swimmer when he first started swimming? Actually, like all humans, there was a point where he could not swim at all. He had to take lessons and eventually got coaches. And then just think of the years that he spent training and doing races so that he could even get to the level where he won his first Olympic gold. And even after he stood on that podium with the Star-Spangled Banner playing and a gold medal around his neck, he continued to train to push himself further and reach even greater heights. Imagine if he never started training seriously because he wanted to have a perfect first race. Another example that comes to mind is Dr. Seuss. I've been reading his books to my 2-year-old sister, Sophia, nonstop lately. Do you think Dr. Seuss was always great at rhyming and telling incredible stories? Of course not. At some point, he was a kid who had to learn the alphabet to read, to use his imagination, and if he had never picked up a pencil and written his first story, he would not have found his gift, and I, along with millions of other kids, would not be reading his stories to this day. There's a funny saying, no one is perfect, that's why pencils have erasers. And I guess bringing it to modern day, that's why keyboards have a delete button. You have to start somewhere, and there's always room for improvement. This is such an important point because so many dreams die because the dreamer never takes the first step just to get started on pursuing the dream. Why? Because they want to be perfect from the get-go. Do you think Adele, Ariana Grande, or Taylor Swift were as amazing as they are today when they first start singing? Sure, I believe that they all had talent they were born with, but they had to write their first song and eventually get up on stage in front of strangers so their songs could be heard. Now, just imagine how many potential stars there are out there. That could have been just as good as Ariana or Taylor, but we'll never know because they did not bother to ever step on stage. And the reason they did not is because they had convinced themselves that the first performance had to be perfect. If you talk to any of these incredibly talented artists, I hope one day to have that opportunity, I'm sure they'll say that they're always looking to improve as an artist, even after they can already fill the world's largest stadiums. You see, you'll never be perfect, and you never want to be perfect because then you'll have no reason to challenge yourself to improve and become even better. Let's take this podcast as an example. We launched a show in October 2016. I was 7 years old, so it's not like I had a bunch of prior interviewing experience, or I went to some interviewing school. We just decided to do it. And it hasn't been perfect, but that's part of the reason why our audience likes it. I do occasionally stumble when I'm asking a question, or I lose my train of thought when I'm talking to a guest. We don't edit that out, we leave it in because that's part of my process of learning and growing as an interviewer. And hopefully you can tell that I have improved since we launched. But at the same time, I know that I am not perfect yet and will never be perfect. But I always do want to reach for my highest potential and improve week by week, episode by episode. How long will I have waited if I wanted to be perfect before recording my first interview? Well, it is a trick question, but by now I'm sure you know the answer. If that was my standard of perfection, then I would never have released the first episode, especially after listening to it. And then you would never have met me or my mom or heard from any of the amazing guests we've had on the show. So remember, practice does not make perfect. It makes progress. And the next time someone tells you practice makes perfect, you can point them to the show notes for this episode, dreambigpodcast.com/61, so they can learn why that mindset has killed so many dreams in the past and why you won't let it kill yours. As always, although the subject matter is deep, we like to keep it light and fun, so here's a little rhyme to help you remember the lessons from this show. Practice does not make perfect, it makes progress. Life is about constantly improving. It's a process. Everyone you admire was a beginner at one time. Michael Phelps didn't know how to swim. Dr. Seuss didn't know how to rhyme. If you have a dream, you need to get started. You won't be perfect, but that's okay. Living your dream is about getting a little better each and every day. We created some awesome artwork featuring the poem that you can download at our show notes at dreambigpodcast.com/61. When you go to the show notes, you'll see a place to sign up for insider updates, where we'll send exclusive content, including a free audio that I made on my top 10 tips for making and keeping great friends. I know this will really help you, so please be sure to go with your parents to join the newsletter to get it for free. And again, parents, please consider leaving a review together with your kids for the show if you are getting value from it. It really helps get exposure for the show and bring awesome guests. We love hearing from our fans. Plus, if you go to dreambigpodcast.com/bonus, you can claim your free personalized stickers for taking the time to leave an honest review. Win-win for all. And with that, this is Eva Cartman reminding you that you have unlimited potential. Your dreams are not optional. You need to make them essential. So take massive action to turn those big dreams into reality. Live with passion, the way life is meant to be. I'll see you in the next episode. Bye!